want to talk about shadow work. It's like a word I feel like that's used quite often, but not really understood. And I feel like we'll all have our own ideas of what that looks like for us. But for you, what does it mean, and how have you done that work?
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, I shadow work is truly loving, accepting all of who you are, like fully seeing, being reflective, having mirrors against you, up against you, with you to show all of who you are, all like spotlighting all the parts that you've literally forgotten or you're popped in a box somewhere that or you pretend or whatever it is. And I've done so many things over the day. I mean, I could do a whole podcast on the lives I've lived, I swear. Yeah, I was so deep in a new age for so many years, and
Mm,
from
mm,
conscious communities in Sydney and Byron to um, tantra communities. I was in an open relationship for 2 years. Wow, like you couldn't go deeper shadow work than that. I mean, you can plant medicine journeys, all these things, and honestly, like absolutely deep dive work. But I honestly feel like breath work is one of the most powerful ways to really tune into the reality now. You're not checking out, you're not like being led somewhere else. It's really deep inner child work. And because you're so deeply witnessed in a space, in a container for you to feel safe, to be seen, to be heard. And in that witnessing, shame leaves the room. Shame breathes
mm.
when
Oof.
when you're not witnessed. When you're witnessed,
Oh,
it's fully like, whoa, it literally leaves your body. That
ah,
stress energy, that trauma, those conditionings, all these things. It is such a deep journey of being held in that space to you're doing the work, not any psychedelic, not anything. It's you're doing the work. So there's a huge amount of accountability and like, wow, I've got this. Like,
mm,
and it's so powerful because you really feel all, especially in the people pleasing and the good girl world, all that anger, all that rage, all that emotion that that is so deeply imprinted in your heart, in your body, and it will just want to come up and then you're free. You have let that out, and you can be the fullness and that beautiful, playful, softness, whatever it is that you truly want to tune into that is stopping you because your resistance is coming at you full pelt in breath work. It truly, like the resistance is unbelievable. The
mm.
monkey mind, all your blocks that you see, your patterns in your life that you play out will come out in breath work, and you'll be like, whoa, okay, I'm seeing this, but I'm going to breathe through this. What is on the other side of this? And wow, you're going to uncover some serious gold.
I mean, my resistance starts before the breathwork sessions even started. I find it hard to even get there, let alone get there and then work through it. But
Yeah.
absolutely having you there um, to support me in the breath work and to support the group. I've been to a couple of your workshops. Um, is is key to help me, like you said, be accountable to keep moving through that stuff. But you've got this beautiful strength and the softness that holds me accountable, but also allows me to show up my shit that I'm kind of scared to see too. That you're just like, no judgment whatsoever, with the most angelic beauty to just hold that. I feel is such a key thing to the healing and to being able to see my own shadows and to like go in then.
Yeah, absolutely. And cultivating that safety is it
Yeah.
is the most important thing for me. Like it's something I work on every day to feel safe, in many facets and levels. So like that, I know how much, especially women and men, absolutely, to feel the fullness of their emotions and what's there, is to feel safe, is to feel held. And And I cannot hold space in the level until I've done that myself. I would just not even try to teach or share anything that I have not embodied and I do not live out every day.
Yeah.
It's so obvious when people don't live that and don't breathe
Mm.
that. You literally can feel it energetically in 1 second flat. So,
Yeah.
you know, and also being able to be on that journey with clients and still feeling my stuff come up, like holding space for you,
Mm.
for people to, you know, fully feel and just letting women feel anger and rage and sadness,
Mm.
outpouring of how much they've felt resentful
Mm.
or pushed or whatever it is. It's just
Mm.
so like, oh, like it's just nothing is more
Mm.
just honoring for me as a facilitator. And
Mm.
yeah, it's so beautiful.
There's nothing better than acknowledging all of those resentments, the
Oh,
things that you're being mad at or still mad at that have happened so long ago that aren't even present anymore. But to almost clear that out of the psyche, to clear that out of your cells, out of your tissues. And I feel like breathwork's definitely a beautiful process to help really shift that. Um, and just being able to, yeah, write it all down even and just get it out and start to be in that reflective state and become aware, so that the shadow isn't hidden anymore, that the shadow is just a part of your, yeah, like the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, that it's just there now and that you're aware of it. And actually it becomes a great guidance for you. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, how did I get here again? Well, in the past, because I know I've done the work, this is what's, you know, I've let down, you know, my boundaries, or someone's crossed them. So now I can easily trail it back and find out where I need to just kind of like fix that, or just like mend that a little bit, or like have a conversation with them or something. And you can just kind of access it quicker, because yeah, that part of you has shown up again.
yeah, and it's somatic. So it's not, you're not thinking, you're not in your head. The whole thing about breathwork, for example, is it gets you into your body. It's about being
Yeah.
in your body and deeply grounded in that as well. And, you know, somatic work is, I mean, for me, there's just nothing more powerful. I feel like I'm constantly learning, reading, podcasts, all the things. I've done that for 12 years now, solid. But oh yeah, there's nothing like fully feeling that, like fully
Mm.
feeling it. Because what happens at the end of that is you reclaim your power, you
Mm.
reclaim all of who you are. There's no leaky energy, there's no, and that's a whole other topic too. You know, it's so funny. I was just at an ecstatic dance in Ubud, and just how much leaky energy is in these communities. I mean, I was so deep in them, so I get it. But it was such a fun, beautiful dance and just free and but wow, just absolutely being able to witness and observe all of this from a place of wow, I was there. Like I really just resonate with so many different levels of people because of my life experience. But yeah, there are so many great books. Like another really good book I know, you know, potentially a lot of people have read, is The Untethered Soul. I've read that like 8 times. And when I was really learning to speak my truth, what I would do in really uncomfortable conversations I would have with my partner at the time when I was in an open relationship, I would say, when I knew I had to, no matter what I had to say it, I would say to myself, keep your heart open, Nicki, no matter what. Keep your heart open for you, not for anyone else. Keep your heart open in this moment that you are shutting down, because that is your protection mechanism. We all have whatever your protection mechanism and coping mechanism, really get to know those as well. No, I'm choosing a different path now, and this is the work in this moment right now. I'm choosing to keep my heart open, and I'm going to speak my truth. And it's going to be uncomfortable, but let me tell you, at the end, it's 99.9% more stressful in your head. The outcome actually is always either better or the outcome is actually what you want it to be anyway. But because we create it to be so massive in our head, because we overthink, we don't actually express enough. We think. And so when you've expressed, like honestly, majority of time, like 100% of the time now, it's always like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you said that. Or yeah, I think that's something we need to address. I've also been thinking about that. Amazing. I just thought about this for 3 months. It took me this long to have a conversation. We could have done this ages ago. You know, so we just say things a bit quicker, and it's amazing what happens.
Yeah, it's amazing, Nicki. So you're in Ubud right now, but you're sort of on the road. But how can people get in touch with you and work with you, and what are your offerings?
Yeah. So yeah, in Bali at the moment, which has just been so beautiful to be here. I have my business Expand with Nicki. So definitely, I've got all my online offerings. So yeah, breath work. I do a lot of one-on-one Pilates online, and I have my membership container as well on Patreon, where I have different memberships. You can come work out with me. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, expand with Nicki. And yeah, I'll be back in Australia sort of mid-November onwards. So yeah, getting pretty booked up. So it's really great. There's so much work to be done in a really way. So lots of ways to connect. And yeah, I'd love to tune in with you.
Yeah. Well, I find your classes the most fun classes that I actually want to do. But the breath work, so that's Pilates, and then the breath work is just transformational, and it's deep, and you feel really held with you, Nicki. And then you're also doing coaching. Is that sort of in the breath work session?
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of the things like this that I talk about is within my containers. So within, my membership containers and with my one-on-ones. So I have a lot of conversations and real talk, be heard, be seen, become. That's my big thing, is I want you to feel seen and heard, and just share whatever you want to share. And I can be that reflection within. So whether it's one-on-one in movement or breath work, we go tight. We go there.
Are you doing any group classes online?
Yes. So group classes, I am in my membership. So my Patreon account. So you can jump on my link tree and just check it out. And yeah, we're doing a lot of group work there, which is awesome. So, and then when back in Australia, I'll be running some breathwork workshops in Australia actually. So I'll probably do a couple in Byron and Brisbane as well. So yeah, just stay tuned. Just jump on my Insta. Stay tuned.
I'm going to pop your details at the bottom of this as well, so they can get in touch with you as well. But thank you so much for the conversation. I just love it so much. Love.
I literally could talk forever. Like there's so much to unpack around, effective communication, speaking your truth, boundaries, inner child, good girl, like so many things on each of those. So it's been amazing to highlight these and chat with you, darling.
Yeah. Awesome, Nicki.
Well,